Namaste. Welcome. I am Yogi Ahimsananda, and we will begin our series of teachings on the Niyamas. First, we'll start out with Saucha, basically purity of the body and the mind. Keep in mind that the Niyamas are personal observances. It's a means of well-being. Purity, we want to practice on and off the mat purity. Quite simply, it's our attitude and our acts, our thoughts, and our speech, as well as cleanliness on and off the mat, with our body, our home, our environment, and our practice space. We want to be cultivating purity of the body and the mind. What does that really mean? Well, obviously with the body, we want to shower and treat our body like a temple. We've heard that before in many different texts and lessons and traditions. Asana practice, the physical motions that are most commonly, thought of as yoga itself. It's actually the third limb of the 8-limb system of Patanjali. The asanas can purify the body. Okay, it helps us basically detoxify our systems on the inside and the outside. It removes impurities. These things that are caused by not just our diet, but the environment as well. Yoga asanas help purify and detoxify all of that. So could I just be here and say, practice legs up the wall and practice this mudra or that mudra? Is that going to really help you practice Saucha? It could, if it's a way of helping you center your mind and focus on what you're doing. But in reality, all yoga asanas are going to help detoxify the body. For example, the legs up the wall, that's going to obviously help cleanse the body with the gravity, getting all that unnecessary fluid that's stored down from standing all day, going to bring that back and help flush the body that way. Once the body and back especially is warmed up, different supine twists can be used. They massage the internal organs and help detoxify and cleanse that way. Bandha practices, all these things will help detoxify the body as far as the asana portion of it. But how else can we purify ourselves to be ready to be on the mat and also in life off of the mat? Obviously, we want to keep our bodies clean by bathing every day, to help purify the external body. Eating fresh foods, healthy foods, that'll help you keep your internal body clean. And again, going back to the asanas to detoxify and remove impurities. It's that heat that you generate, we'll talk about more in tapas, that heating up of the body naturally, not entering into a hot room. That's a whole other topic of discussion, but yes, we naturally warm the body up, and that burns away and purifies, and we'll talk more about that in the Tapya's lesson. The most important thing that I want to mention when speaking about practicing Saucha on and off the mat is the purity of the mind. Yes, you want to keep your mental state as clear as possible, but let's think about this a little further. Cleansing the mind. Oh, how do we do that? It's what we consume mentally that makes our mind unpure. The things that we watch on television, the things that we see and read or watch videos on social media, the magazines, movies, books, inappropriate books, those kinds of stories that what they would call dirty. They use that. That's a great definition. Dirty books, dirty movies. Watching all that kind of stuff, that's polluting your mind. To practice Saucha, you wanna cut out those things. You don't want to be watching those types of things that you know are dirty, because all that is doing is corrupting and polluting your mind. What about on the mat and in the yoga studio? Look, I'm just going to shoot straight with you folks. Yoga is men and women. And sometimes in the studio, there's an attraction factor, whichever way it goes. I'm not here to discuss that. But let's just be honest with ourselves. We don't want to have dirty thoughts about our teachers or our fellow students. So keep that part of your mind clear and clean and pure. These are just your brothers and your sisters. It's not a dating circle, and it's not a place to think dirty thoughts about the student in front of you in downward dog. Okay? Things to that nature. When we cleanse the body and mind, we are more attentive to the higher aspects of living consciously. Always remember to stay grounded and centered, strong but relaxed, and as always, loving and compassionate. Thank you. Be sure to check out the next videos on the Niyamas series. Click here or there or wherever they may be, but in any event, I thank you for inviting me into your home. Namaste.